Las Fierbinți has always captured the raw, unpolished charm of rural life in Romania, presenting it with a humor and authenticity that is rarely achieved in modern television. In Impozitul, Partea Ward, the storyline revolves around the intricacies and chaos that accompany the local tax collection, but beyond this superficial premise, the episode serves as a mirror to the social dynamics, the hierarchical tensions, and the delicate balance of personal relationships within a tightly knit village community. From the very beginning, the camera immerses the viewer in the village square, showing us familiar faces whose expressions, gestures, and casual banter speak volumes about the relationships they maintain. The opening scene introduces the mayor, a character both exasperating and endearing, meticulously planning the tax inspection, yet completely oblivious to the subtle ways in which his authority is undermined by the villagers' resourcefulness and wit. There is a particular brilliance in how the directors capture the simultaneous humor and anxiety that permeate these interactions, where a simple conversation about tax deadlines transforms into a comedic display of evasion, miscommunication, and irony. The first instance involves a group of villagers attempting to hide their true income, using absurd but creative methods, including feigned illnesses, secret pig pens, and elaborate distractions that reveal not just their cleverness, but also a deep-seated mistrust of bureaucratic systems. One cannot help but laugh, yet beneath the humor lies a serious critique of institutional inefficiency and the disconnect between policymakers and ordinary citizens. A standout scene features a clash between a young, enthusiastic accountant and the elder villagers, who combine cunning storytelling with local superstitions to confuse and charm their way out of penalties. Here, the cinematography enhances the absurdity with rapid cuts and exaggerated close-ups of faces displaying fear, suspicion, and triumph, effectively turning a simple village event into a theatrical spectacle. The dialogue in this episode is particularly noteworthy. It weaves Romanian colloquialisms seamlessly into the narrative, providing authenticity while also serving as a subtle commentary on class, education, and generational gaps. The young accountant represents the modernizing forces, eager to impose rules and efficiency, while the older villagers embody tradition, skepticism, and a profound understanding of human behavior that transcends written regulations. The episode's midpoint brings a narrative twist in which an unexpected inspection by a higher official throws the village into a state of panic, forcing alliances and rivalries to surface. This moment is executed with both tension and comedy, as villagers scramble to maintain appearances, hide illicit earnings, and negotiate favors, revealing layers of their personalities that are otherwise masked by routine daily life. The interaction between the mayor and the official is an exquisite blend of humility, anxiety, and subtle manipulation, showing how political hierarchies operate even in microcosms like a village. What stands out most is the depiction of community dynamics, where humor functions as both a coping mechanism and a tool of social negotiation. Side plots, such as the misadventures of a local baker trying to account for missing flour, or a teacher attempting to bribe his way out of additional tax burdens, serve as microcosms reflecting the universal tension between individual interest and communal responsibility. The film's pacing is another critical element. Despite the episodic nature of scenes, there is an underlying rhythm that keeps viewers engaged, balancing comedic timing with narrative suspense. Each frame is meticulously composed, showing not just the characters, but their environment, emphasizing the rustic, lived-in texture of village life with earthy tones, cluttered interiors, and weathered facades that seem to breathe authenticity into the story. On a personal note, watching this episode reminded me of my own experiences in small towns, where community gossip, mutual favors, and clever evasion of rules create a social web that is both frustrating and endearing. It highlights a universal human truth. No matter the era or location, people find inventive ways to negotiate the demands imposed upon them while preserving dignity and identity. As the episode progresses toward its climax, tension and comedy converge in a scene involving a chaotic village meeting where accusations, confessions, and strategic misdirection unfold simultaneously, producing laughter while subtly critiquing human nature, authority, and collective morality. Finally, the resolution offers a sense of equilibrium, yet not one of complete order. The villagers emerge triumphant in their own way, having preserved some semblance of autonomy, while the officials retreat, baffled yet entertained by the ingenuity and charm of rural life. Impozitul, Partea 1 is therefore not merely an episode about tax collection. It is a nuanced study of human behavior, communal resilience, and the interplay between tradition and modernity, presented with a wit and visual sophistication that elevates it above conventional sitcom narratives. The richness of character development, the subtle social commentary, and the precise comedic timing all combine to make this episode an exceptional example of Romanian television's capacity to entertain, educate, and provoke thought simultaneously. The attention to detail in set design, the authenticity of the costumes, and the naturalistic dialogue all contribute to the immersive experience, making the viewer feel as if they are a participant rather than a passive observer. In conclusion, this episode exemplifies the brilliance of Las Fierbinți, marrying humor with the insight, tradition with innovation, and chaos with coherence, leaving an indelible impression of a community navigating the complexities of authority, morality, and social survival in a manner that is at once hilarious, touching, and profoundly human.